2. Hello and welcome. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Otis Landerholm, and I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. And today I'm asking the question, why does my case in court keep getting rescheduled? All right? And so we'll talk about that topic today. If you're in immigration court today, pay attention today. And if you're, someone who could ever have your case be in immigration court, if you filed for asylum, if you are in any immigration proceeding where, should that case ever be denied, it could go to immigration court. You're going to want to understand what's going on in the immigration court system right now. Okay? And so thank you for joining me. All right. Again, my name is Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. The Empowered Immigrant Live is here to train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to make the most out of immigration laws and to make the most out of their lives. All right. Today our theme is, why does my case in court keep getting rescheduled? And so we'll talk about that, talk that through. My question for you is, do you want to get a green card? Do you want to apply for citizenship? Do you want to see at least what your strategies are to change or to fix or to improve your level of freedom through your immigration status by improving your immigration status? Because if so, go for it, and I'd love to help you with it. All right, my firm is on a mission to win 10,000 immigration cases in the next 10 years. We'd love for your case to be one of them. Okay? And so whether you're on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or YouTube or LinkedIn, like everyone, thank you all so much for being here with me today. And let's go through it. I'm going to talk about this topic, and then I'll open it up for any questions. So if you have questions, feel free to send it my way. I'll do my best to answer any questions that I receive here today. So that we'll do that. Before I get into the topic, I want to talk about some news. The election is 2 weeks away. All right, it's actually a week from next Tuesday is election day here in the U.S. And this year's election is going to change the game for immigration law. And so I just want to be mindful of that. I want to be present to that. And, are you nervous about that? Are you concerned about that? My best advice for all of us is that we get prepared. All right? My best advice for all of us is that if you don't have a lawyer, it is wise to have a consultation. And it is wise to get a lawyer, all right? Because regardless of who wins this election, you want a lawyer who has your back, all right? And my philosophy and the goal of my organization is to have our clients' back regardless of who is in power, regardless of what comes our way. Like, let's strategize to maximize our clients' chances of winning immigration status. All right? And so, anyway, I just wanted to share that. Yes, the election is coming up. I really hope that Kamala Harris wins this election because her opponent just is anti-immigrant and ignorantly anti-immigrant. He does not see or understand the value that immigrants bring to our society, to our country, and it's a shame, right? It's a shame. That's my own viewpoint, and I hope it's okay that I'm sharing my own viewpoint, but that's what it is, all right? So thank you for being here. And, what else is happening in the news? I mean, gosh, every time I turn on the news, it's drives me crazy, all the death that's happening in this world, in Israel and the Gaza Strip, Middle East, in Ukraine. It's like the future is going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenging road ahead for this world, and politically and socially, etc. And so, anyway, it's like that's happening in the news. Regarding immigration, we're still waiting to hear back on the parole in place program, the Keeping Families Together parole in place program that was announced earlier this year. It's still paused. It's going to be paused until at least November 8th. And so we'll have the election, and then after that, we'll hear what's going to happen about this parole in place program. If all these things matter to you, which I assert that as a human being, they ought to matter to you. If these things matter to you, please keep coming back to our live sessions. Please keep tuning in to see what's going on. Let's stay in the conversation, all right, about what the reality is, about what's happening, including our topic today, what's happening really in immigration court right now, okay? So for our topic, why does my case keep getting rescheduled? Okay. So a couple of, probably in May and in June, my office, we run reports. We run these constantly, but in about May or June, our office had 9 individual hearings, like trials, on our calendar for the month of October, which is the month that we're in, that I'm filming this. Once August hit, and then even more once September hit, more and more of our trials were taken off calendar and rescheduled. We ended up just having 2 of the 9 cases actually proceed with trial in the month of October. Now that's just 1 month, all right? That's not indicative, but it's common, and it's happening right now where cases, our cases that are on the slot for November and some in December are being rescheduled right now. And it's crazy. You plan for, you rehearse for, we're trying to win immigration status, right, at that trial. And so you plan for, and you're meeting with client-lawyer meeting to prepare, testimony, who's going to be saying what, how are you going to answer this question, right? What evidence are we going to submit? What arguments are we going to share about this issue, all right? Prepare, and then last minute the court reschedules it. Some of those cases have been pushed out to 2027, okay? So that's 3 years in the future, right? And so it's okay, immigration court right now is crazy. You got to know it. It's crazy. And so how do you prepare for that? Right? The challenge is that the courts are booking many cases on top of each other, where it's they have one morning time slot. Imagine 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the afternoon every day. But if you book 3 trials in the morning and 3 trials in the afternoon, then it's good luck. You're not going to be heard, right? And really what happens is frequently they choose which of those 3 cases are the highest priority for them, meaning the ones that they want to deport the most, all right? And it's they go, or really what it means in practice is people that have most recently entered the U.S. or people who are otherwise slated as a quote-unquote enforcement priority, okay? They choose those cases. Those cases are the ones that are going to be heard, and the rest of the cases are getting reset or rescheduled, okay? And so, what can we say about that? That's really what we're seeing. I would not want to be an immigration judge in this environment, right? They have no open space. They have no breaks, all right? They have an infinite number of cases on their docket. Their dockets just keep growing and growing. Imagine cases on your calendar until 2027, 2028, no end in sight and growing exponentially, all right? That's the situation. And so what can you do? What can you do? And thanks to everybody that's tuning in, all right? What can you do if your case has been rescheduled? Lawyer, hey, my case just got rescheduled. I'm tired of it. What can we do about it? Okay? I mean, here's the thing. Sometimes, and I have clients that are like, hey, my case was rescheduled. Whew, thank goodness. I don't have to think about it now for the next 3 years, right? Some people are happy about it, and some people are incredibly frustrated about it. And so it's not a one-size-fits-all, there's no like one way to do this. Sometimes it works in our favor, and sometimes it works against us. So here's the thing. If you're happy that it got rescheduled and you like the new date better and you are okay having your case be pushed into the future, then it's like if your case gets rescheduled, do nothing. Don't worry about it. But if you're not happy about it, then what can you do? Well, basically the remedy, basically the only thing you can do is you can file what's called a motion to advance. All right? Maybe you've heard of that before. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing that. So the way it works is, in court, if you want to request anything to the court, you want to change something about the way your case is happening or moving forward, the way to request something of an immigration judge is you file a motion. Okay? So that motion, there's such a thing called a motion to continue, where you're requesting that the court push your case, continue your case further out into the future. And the opposite of a motion to continue is called a motion to advance. All right? And that's where you're requesting that the immigration judge move your case further towards the future, towards the present. All right? Move it away from the future towards the present. You're advancing the hearing date. And that will depend on the judge. Judges have leeway, and they have super full calendars, so often these get denied, okay? But it'll depend on the judge, it'll depend on the court, it'll depend also on the facts, like what are the reasons that you want your case advanced. And so just, these are strategies that you would want to talk through with your lawyer, all right? When are cases wise to advance? For example, we've had clients who are fighting for cancellation of removal because their children have, special needs, autism or learning disabilities or serious medical concerns, things like that. With a cancellation case, though, you must have that case decided before your child turns 21. Otherwise, legally, technically, they're not a quote-unquote qualifying relative for a cancellation case anymore. Which means that if you're fighting your case now and you have your trial date coming up and your child's 19 right now, all right, if that date goes 3 years in the future and now they're going to be 22, that doesn't work. So if that's the situation, you want to work with your lawyer carefully, you want to file a motion to advance, explain that you have a qualifying relative that's going to age out and that your case requires that we advance it. All right? Those types of arguments typically are stronger arguments than just a, hey, I'd rather not wait 3 years or whatever. Look at the date itself. If it's every court's different. Every court has different backlogs. Every judge has different backlogs. So you want to look at it. It's not just automatically 3 years in all situations. Sometimes it's just moved, 6 months or so. All right? So anyway, I wanted to talk that through. Basically, if your case has been rescheduled, and if you don't like that it has been rescheduled, talk it through with your lawyer. Talk it through. Meet with your lawyer. Discuss it. Discuss strategies. Do you want to file a motion to advance? Do you not? Is it good for your case? Is it not good for your case? Right? You want to talk these through to maximize your chances of successfully navigating your case. Okay? that's really what I wanted to share today. That's really what I wanted to share. And so thank you for being here. Thank you for engaging and listening and being present with me. Everybody, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, thank you all so much. All right? So what questions are out there, if there are any? All right? And I see, Daniel Carrasquel, I see you there. Great to see you there on Instagram. And Emmanuel Figueroa, hello. Thank you. I see you there as well. And Angel Lopez, hello. Thank you. I see you there as well. And my friends here on TikTok, Brenda and The Roof and Jag and Erica and Lake Sue, hello on TikTok. Hello. Thank you all so much. And everybody on Facebook and YouTube, I can't see everybody. And LinkedIn, I can't see everybody, but hello to each of you. Alec B., I see you there. Thank you. Good morning to you. Thank you. All right. I don't see that I've actually gotten substantive questions about what I've shared. But hey, I hope this was useful, and I hope it was helpful. If it was, maybe give me a thumbs up or a heart or a wave or something. I'd really appreciate that. And if the content really is useful, my best advice is to take a second, go to our YouTube channel, Land or Home Immigration, into our YouTube channel, and hit the subscribe button, all right? Hit the notifications bell. You can receive a notification whenever we upload an additional video with news, updates, things of that nature, so that you can stay informed. All right? This is my last call for questions. I'm going to share my empowerment tip. If you have any questions about your immigration case, please submit it. But here's my empowerment tip for this morning. I hope it's useful as well. All right? My tip is, do not allow, do not permit politics to get you down. All right? Worrying about the future, worrying about who's going to win in 2 weeks, all right, is the same as fretting about the past. Like we can't change them. I mean, if you're a U.S. citizen, you have the power to influence, you have the power to vote, right, which influences the future. But we can't control what happens in the future. All that we really can control is what we focus on in the present. So my empowerment tip today is take ownership of the present. If news stresses you out, then turn off the news. All right? And take control over what you focus on and what you allow to influence you. Okay? By doing that, then, you can also take control over what you influence. And that becomes a very empowering place to be. Hope that's useful. Hope that's helpful. Really appreciate each of you for being here with me today. Again, my name's Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. You know, we're a law firm based out of Oakland, California, but we have cases throughout the United States. And so regardless of where you are, if you are an immigrant, and if you have questions regarding your immigration status or what the best strategy is for you, or if you're not happy with the services that you're getting from your current attorney and you're looking for a second opinion, you know, my office does that all the time, all right? We're here to help. We'd love to help, and we're just a phone call away if anybody is in that situation. So that's all I got for today, folks. I'm going to do this episode in Spanish in just a few minutes. So if you want to tune in for our Spanish version, I encourage you to do that. All right. I see a question here. Can I apply for advanced parole with a C-14 U visa? Well, challenging. Advanced parole, the regulations, the U visa regulations do not allow for an application for advanced parole. All right. While a U visa is pending, they do not. All right. In certain situations, you might try it anyway and see if the advanced parole request gets approved. But there's some, you'd want to talk that through. That's Grupo Linea Activa is the name I see in TikTok. Hello, thank you for asking that question. chances are very likely that an advanced parole request, an I-131 request, when your U visa is still pending, will very likely be denied. Okay? So, but I wish you the best of luck with it, and if my office could help you in any way with that process, we'd be happy to. So that's all I got, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for being here. Again, I'm Otis Landerholm Immigration APC, where we fight for your American dream. We'll see you next time on our next episode of The Empowered Immigrant Live. Thanks a lot. Take care.